The suspect in the double homicide at Devil's Den had his first hearing today in front of a Washington County judge. 28-year-old Andrew McGann was arrested on Wednesday after a tip about his car led to an arrest at Lupita's Beauty Salon in Springdale. Friday morning, McGann went before a judge at the Washington County Jail to be read his rights. Now, McGann has now been formally charged with 2 counts of capital murder for the deaths of 41-year-old Kristen Brink and 43-year-old Clinton Brink. McGann's arraignment is set for August 25th, but could be moved up sooner.
Feel the weight of this case and began to feel the weight of it then, and will continue to feel the weight going forward. And having that weight is a good thing for this office, so that we always remember how serious of a case this is and how it needs our undivided and full attention.
Washington County Prosecutor Brandon Carter says the state plans on pursuing the death penalty in this case, and he says he expects this to be a long and lengthy legal process. Now, we know that McGann moved to Springdale for a teaching job. He was supposed to start orientation this week after spending the last 2 years teaching in Oklahoma. His first job, though, was in Texas. Our sister station in Dallas spoke to the mother of one of his former students. Here's what we're learning about his past.
Well, we first met him in 2022 when the fall semester started.
Sierra Markham is trying to make sense of her son's former school teacher, Andrew James McGann, now being a murder suspect.
I guess that did surprise me, because while I thought he was off, I never got violent.
Arkansas State Police say McGann, 28 years old, fatally stabbed Clinton and Kristen Brink, who were hiking Saturday at Devil's Den State Park with their 7- and 9-year-old daughters with them.
2 little girls that witnessed the most horrific thing that you could ever imagine.
Investigators say there's still no clear motive.
We have no reason to believe that there was any known association between our suspect and our victims.
Video shows investigators arresting McGann on Wednesday at Lupita's Beauty Salon and Barbershop in Springdale, found with cuts on his hands, according to his arrest warrant. The day of the murders, mountain bike rider Tony McMillan remembers seeing McGann at Devil's Den. McMillan shared this video of his arrival.
Blonde hair, very blonde hair, and it was like his eyebrows and his hair matched. And so he had his hat off.
McGann taught at Donald Elementary in Flower Mound, Texas for the 2022-23 school year, according to the district. Sierra says she filed complaints against him after what her son says repeatedly happened in class.
When he eventually told me that him and some other classmates had noticed that Mr. McGann was very touchy, and showed a lot of favoritism to certain girls.
Part of the school district statement says McGann was placed on administrative leave in the spring of 2023 following concerns related to classroom management, professional judgment, and student favoritism. An internal investigation found no evidence of inappropriate behavior with students.
So he was given the option to resign.
McGann has been charged with 2 counts of capital murder as investigators continue to search for a motive in the case. A GoFundMe made to help the Brink family has so far raised tens of thousands of dollars to cover funeral expenses. If you'd like to help with expenses, you can text BRINK to that number right there on your screen, and we'll send you back a link with more information on how to donate. Well, the Cargill turkey processing plant in Springdale officially closed its doors today. We first told you about the plant closure a few months ago, leaving 1,100 people in need of a new job. 5 News reporter Kayla Davis sat down with Springdale Mayor Doug Sprouse, who gave a final update on the closure.
The Cargill plant has been a major employer for Springdale since the 1970s, producing 300 million turkeys during their operations. But on Friday, August 1st, they officially shut down. While the closure meant hundreds of workers would lose their jobs, Cargill and the city of Springdale say they've done the best they can to help those employees transition. 300 Cargill employees were offered retirement packages or relocated within the company to a different state, leaving 800 looking for employment.
In June, there was a large job fair put on by the chamber and the state. Cargill participated, and there were about 500 there. I think 98 different businesses represented.
According to the Springdale Chamber of Commerce, over 1,200 new jobs have been created in Springdale since the start of the year. While Mayor Sprouse says they don't have the exact number of Cargill employees left without a secure job, he says he's confident there are opportunities within the city.
We always lead the state either in the top 1, 2, or 3 of the state year in and year out on job creation. So the good news is that people who are looking for jobs will be able to find them.
As for the existing plant,
I don't know what the plans are for that property. Whether it'll be sold, whether it'll be repurposed, I'm sure it will at some point be repurposed. Hopefully another industry will go in there. It's a great facility.
In Springdale, covering news where you live, Kayla Davis, 5 News.
The city of Fort Smith will close the northbound lanes of Highway 71B from McKinley Avenue to 0 Street starting on Sunday. They'll close for a sewer line replacement. Detoured traffic will take McKinley Avenue east to 36th Street, then north to 0 Street. And the city expects the lanes to reopen by next Friday. Well, 4 people are dead after a shooting at a bar in southwest Montana. And this happened early this morning. A manhunt is underway for the suspect, who police have identified as 45-year-old Michael Paul Brown. Police say he lived next door to the Owl Bar in Anaconda, Montana, where the shooting happened. 3 patrons and 1 bartender were killed. Police say the shooting happened about 10:30 local time this morning. Well, starting today, millions of student loan borrowers will start accruing interest again on their loans. The change is coming after the Department of Education last week stopped the cancellation of student loans and income-based repayment plans.
Attention student loan borrowers enrolled in the SAVE plan. On August 1st, the Department of Education will resume charging interest on your loans.
The SAVE plan, introduced under former President Joe Biden's administration, lowers monthly payments and shortens the time it takes to receive student loan forgiveness based on enrollees' income. Now that plan and the 8 million or so borrowers who utilized it are in for some changes.
This plan has been tied up in litigation, and the Trump administration decided, without ever being forced by a court, to start interest charges for those borrowers.
Last year, federal judges in Kansas and Missouri blocked key parts of the SAVE plan. Following those courts' decisions, SAVE borrowers were placed in no interest forbearance, with payments paused and balances frozen since last summer. Today, interest will start to accrue again.
Once payments start, we expect they're going to pay about $5,000 more per year, including those interest charges, once they actually have to start making payments.
Mike Pierce, head of the Student Borrower Protection Center, says deciding what to do next is up to individuals, starting payments now or continue with forbearance. But either way, their balances will increase, causing stress for borrowers like medical resident Bronte Rumsick.
I've spent my entire 20s in school, and so now in my 30s and as a young professional, I would love to have a life. The financial walls just feel like they're crushing down around me when I thought graduating medical school was the big win.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
Well, this month's First Friday wrapped up about an hour ago in Bentonville. The theme of tonight showcased the cool things to do in the city. Attendees got to participate in lots of activities, including biking, stilt walkers, an escape room. They also got to see a city-themed mural be put up live. They were also treated to airplane flyovers, live music, and food trucks. Of course, First Friday is a monthly event that brings neighbors and community members together in the downtown square.
I'm just excited to be represent Bentonville, performing for Bentonville, man. I love this city. I moved here when I was in 8th grade. I was born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas, Oakcrest, and so this is like my home. So it's cool to get to play for my home and get to see my neighbors and stuff.
The next First Friday event's theme is Superhero City, and that one is scheduled for September 5th.